Hello, hello. Oh, somebody's mad.
Already? Oh my God.
Why are you mad, Karen?
I think it was just by mistake, right? Karen is not mad. It's just...
Hi, Joseph. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
That's nice. That's nice. Barbara, hello.
Hello, Barbara.
Oh, you're
It's nice
watching
you're going to see your mommy tomorrow. That's wonderful.
Hello, Diana, Nana. Hello.
June.
Hey, June. Oh my gosh.
Well, that is how it should work. You send your husband to the store so you can watch uninterrupted. I love it.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody.
Snowy and cold in Oklahoma. Hello, Gail.
Yeah, there's some areas around me anyway that got some rain and then some snow, so it's been kind of depressing. Hello, Susan, Jan, Sherry, Wendy, hello, Peggy, Lynn, hello.
Hear the volume, so it's a mistake. Hello, Lindsay. So thanks for joining us today, guys, on Friday. We are back with some cookie decorating. Actually, Marley is going to decorate today. I'm a little under the weather today or this week, so I'm going to be doing something else. If you guys have a napkin close by, maybe you can grab it. We're going to do some origami to prepare you for Easter table setting. I'm going to show you how to make cute Easter bunnies.
So hands first. So you want to put your...
Yes. Okay, so let me bring up my...
Here.
So first view is going to be from up here. Oops. Let's see if I can adjust the... All right. Because the napkin is pretty big. So I actually got these at IKEA. I love IKEA napkins. They are very, very large. Well, they have smaller ones, but these are 15, almost 16 by 16 inches, so 40 by 40 centimeters. And I got these pastel colors, which I think will be great for Easter. And so you guys, I think this is the color I like the best. I don't think it shows well on the screen. It's like teal color.
Well, it looks greenish. I mean,
greenish, yeah. So okay, so I don't know, guys. Are you going to do it with me, guys? Get a napkin. So what I like to do, I like to unfold it, okay, and then we're gonna fold it back, having this end.
It's paper. These
are paper napkins. I actually have tried it with fabric today, and it was a huge struggle because it just gets so bulky that it's very hard to finish. So unless you have like a really thin fabric napkins, you can try it, but it's pretty simple to do with paper napkins. So now I'm going to fold this part down, part up, make a crease. Are you following? You're not even trying.
I don't have a napkin.
And then we're going to see the crease in the middle, so I'm going to utilize that to fold this part down. This is a great project. Kids can also help with. It's not too complicated. There are not too many steps once you get it down. And Marlon has a cookie tutorial for you guys. Today I'm just doing this. I feel a little under the weather. So now I'm going to bring this corner to this corner. Another fold. Okay, now we're going to do another fold. And now you can already see the ears shaping. Oops. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to turn this over and then fold this down. Okay, and now this is supposed to be in the front, so you have to fold it this way. And then we are going to tuck this corner into here. Okay, so what you can do, you can put your finger in there. And then press it. And then turn it over. And these are the ears. And you just want to separate them a little bit. And there. And you can put this on a plate. That's how easy it is. And you can make a lot of them.
So you put a bunny and a bunny napkin and a bunny cookie at everybody's spot.
Bunny napkin and bunny cookie. I actually did make bunny cookies, guys, today, but like I said, I am a little tired. So
the question is, Han, do you have a video of this on YouTube so they can pause it if they want to do it?
I do have a video on YouTube from 2013. Actually, it's pretty old, but I'm doing an updated version. I can do it again if you want. Are you doing it with me, Sally? I'll do it again if you want.
Anybody want to see that again so that you can actually succeed?
I have a yellow
Yes,
one.
Susan, you can get maybe some ugly ones or cheap, ones.
And you can't go wrong with it. I mean, I don't know how many folds there was, maybe 10 folds. Yes, I'll do it slow with the yellow one. I need to do yellow one. Okay, so I'll do it slow. Oh yeah, cute little eggs would be really, really fun. So what I do, I unfold it like this, okay? And then I fold it so I have the opening at the very top. You see? This is open. So this should be facing away from you. Okay? Now the first fold, that was the first fold. The second fold is you take the bottom edge, and then you fold it up, meeting with the top edge, and then you make a crease. You have an old full stuff, and we are going through thorough cleaning. I love going through old stuff, Joseph. Maybe you'll find something you forgot about, maybe an old toy or something. So now I hope you guys are following. We are here. So now I'm going to fold this down, utilizing the crease in the middle here. It's the tucking part that I can see. Yes, the tucking part can be a bit tricky. You just have to be patient. I find that putting the finger in there kind of helps. Now you should have this. Now another fold is this corner is going to go here. Marlene can do this in her sleep now. She's watching it. Do you do origami?
I'm too busy making cookies.
Well, in the past, maybe you have.
I mean, not really. It wasn't one of the crafts that was, because you need a special kind of paper.
Yes, you do. Well, yes, you do. So now at this point, we're going to do another fold. And this is where you're going to see the ears come to life. So now this corner, we're folding it this way. See? This corner, it's going, this is the middle edge here, middle of the napkin. Okay? And the other side. And you've got the ears. So these are the ears, basically. Now I'm going to turn it over. And then this point here is going to be folded down. And now it's the tucking part. Oh, Sally. So now the tucking part. So I'm going to put my finger in there. Now we can turn it and separate the ears a little bit.
Very cute.
And there.
I saw at the dollar store, they had some little stickers like to put on Easter eggs. You could get that and put little eyes on your napkins.
Yes, that would be also a nice idea. So now I'm going to put them in my little basket here, and they will be ready for Easter. So I could use different colors, pastel colors, and maybe I will match them to my cookies next week.
Perfect. Very
now
cute.
back to Marlene. I hope you guys enjoy this quick non-cookie tutorial, but
Very
hopefully
cute.
it'll inspire you to make something for Easter. Okay, so this is Mar.
So, let me turn this on. So last, I did here. Is my light on? Here it is. Okay. So just a quick recap of last week. I'm trying to keep in like kind of the box theme. So this was on Tuesday. I shared some tic-tac-toe cookies, and you'll find that in the replay if you guys want to rewatch the live from Tuesday. And so if you do order these pizza boxes, they come in large numbers. So today's another project that will fit in that pizza box. Here it is. So it's just a square cookies, and they fit nicely in the pizza box. And this project was inspired by Hollywood Squares. You guys remember the show Hollywood Squares? There's a blast from the past. And for whatever reason, like that's what I was visualizing, these boxes with characters in them. And so, yeah, I thought that was kind of cute. So let me get my box out so that you guys can see the process. The live stuff, I put templates and things, but usually the live stuff is live, like it's live tutorials that I come up with for the live streams. And then there's other tutorials in the Cookie School group. So that's generally how it is. Sometimes if it's a really in-depth thing, I will put it in the group, but you know. So here they are, and I like to line the boxes. This is like a decorative parchment paper. So I got a bit of like a coating on it to block the butter. But you can see here, so the cookies are squares, you see, and you want to try to use a square that's about the size of the box. And then you see I'm adding, it's the same thing, it's a square, but I've cut a hole in it. And then you're layering, so there's 8 cookies in the box, and it creates this cute, like really, you know, it's all the colors that you use and everything, you know. This box is 7 inches, actually, Nana. 7. Cookie School is like, it's a paid group, Patreon, if you know Patreon. And so there's more content there, exclusive videos, recipes, and things like that. Both Han and I have a Patreon group. It's a way to monetize our content. Oh, yes, absolutely, Karen. That grass stuff would make a lovely, and also would hold them because the cookies are a little bit rocky in there. Yes, well, if you wrap them and everything, you want to try to get everything nice and tight. You want to add some bubble wrap in there because if they're rocking around, that's when your cookies can get damaged. Yeah, that template is, but this particular project, you'll see, I'm going to walk you through it. It's not a very complicated design. You like the squares, Sally? Oh, yeah, you could do a Valentine's theme. All these ideas work.
Where do you get the parchment?
The parchment paper, so I did put a supply list in the coffee shop. I did get this particular parchment paper from AliExpress, but there was a cute one that I listed in the supply list. If you go in the coffee shop, it's free supply list. I do have it in the paper.
Barbara has a good question. Would they fit in those square baking cups you were doing? On
no, not these. This cookie. So before, the ones we did on Tuesday, there was 3 cookies wide. This is 2, so they're bigger. You see, like the other ones, it was 3 squares, so there was 9 squares, and so they were considerably smaller. So no, these would not fit in that liner. Is the grass? I'm pretty sure that you can get like a food grade one. Like it's kind of like if you
I actually have grass food grade. Like you could make grass. You know, can you show where the grass is? What do you mean by grass? Like I'm getting.
No, it would be to put it here, like you know, like like the paper, crinkle paper.
Yes. So they do have food grade.
I would imagine because it's.
Well, you could just. I mean, it's silly to waste wafer paper, but you could just maybe airbrush green a wafer paper and cut it into long strips and put it around to kind of imitate the grass. That would make it fully edible.
Good. Yeah, no, it wouldn't fit. Thank you. And oh gosh, digging out the driveway. Yes, that's so much fun. Yes, they have the grass at Target, especially like Easter. You can stock up for I find Easter has really nice stuff that if you look at it like with a not Easter brain, that will work for other occasions. So, oh, I guess you could. You could.
Yeah.
Isn't like wafer cookie Easter grass. Well, what I'm talking about, the grass, it's like a non-edible element. It's like crinkle paper.
Yes, they
Okay.
do have edible ones.
They
So
do, yeah.
Good luck with your book, Joseph.
So if you individually wrap the cookies for freshness, you can still stack them because the cello plastic is transparent, and then you can just use the crinkle paper and you don't have to worry about it being food grade. So in the supply list, I added this nesting cutter set. I do like the rounded corners on this. So you're going to need a base cookie that's cut with that. And then I like to freeze my cookies. And then while they're raw, then I use the round to cut the window here, you see? And so and then what I'll do is I'll layer the next one so that they're all like kind of the same size, you know, because you're kind of eyeballing it. So it is best to work with a chilled frozen dough when you're cutting these holes. And you want to try to not pick up the cookie. You want to leave it on the parchment paper, cut the hole, take out the hole, but don't touch the cookie because there's just so little cookie. They are very easily skewed. If you start picking up a raw cookie that's soft and there's a big hole, well, chances are they're going to get wonky and they're not going to fit nicely, you see? Okay, so once you've got your base icing, and here, I did edit this so you can kind of see. It's just a quick flood of the, you know, you want to use, if you're doing it for Easter, I use the electric colors by AmeriColor, and I just didn't take them right to the top like dark. They're great set for pastel, that electric set. Yes, AliExpress is pretty cool.
I have that nesting set also. Today I was putting it away. I love it.
Yeah, they sell the crinkle stuff at the dollar store. I mean, the nesting cutter, it's a supply list that's available in the coffee shop. It's free. It's just a PDF that I create that's clickable for you guys to easily find the supplies that I talk about. So if you want to find something that I'm showing, like the markers that I use or things like that. Okay, so now I'm putting my cookies one on top of the other, and here I have a small round cutter. And what I'm doing is I'm drawing on the inside of the cutter, and this helps me know where like I'm going to position my bunny. And then his ears, again, I'm just drawing a line like this because I don't want the top cookie to hit the ears. So I'm just giving myself, looks like a little alien there, but I'm just giving myself a little bit of a guide so that I know where I'm going to, you know, be able to. Here, let's look at the completed cookie here so that you can see what I'm talking about. You see, if I hadn't given myself a bit of a guideline, well, maybe the ears would be long or the head wouldn't be positioned right and I wouldn't be able to get this.
Could they also use your transfers from a few weeks ago?
Absolutely. They could put whatever they want in that little window. You just want to try to make sure that it's smaller than the hole. And what I do like is that the head is a bit small so you can see the color as well. Because if you do a really big head and you don't see the nice pink, well, it's part of the design, seeing that pink. Oh, his little hands. You see the pink back there. It just adds to it, right? Okay, so I'm going to put them side by side so you guys can see. So on this back cookie, I did dots around, and then here it's just the zigzag perimeter. So for the dots, let's start with the back cookie. So when you're icing, doing dots, on a border, if you do them touching each other, well, they'll tend to melt into each other. So if you do a dot and the next dot is touching the first dot, well, they'll just meld all together. So you want to try to leave about the gap of a dot so that when you add the second color in between, like everything remains kind of like defined and not just a big mass of icing. Depending on the consistency of your icing, you might need to come back and kind of just like touch the top to level it. And you want to leave yourself, you see here, I left myself a little like cookie ledge so that I can actually add this border. I knew I wanted to do this border. If you go right to the cookies edge, well, then you have to put the dot on top of the icing here. And since I'm layering the two cookies, well, they would be kind of rocky. This way, it's going to sit nicer, like more level, that second layer, you know? So you want to think about these things if you're planning on layering your cookies and you want to put them one on top of the other. Well, your stuff could potentially, your icing could potentially get broken, chip off, right? So if it's all level, then that's less of likely thing to happen.
Kathy is asking, how do you get your rolled out cookies to bake to a nice even thickness? Do you use special rolling pins?
Well, I'll go get my rolling pin. I got a rolling pin for Christmas. And
you can also use rolling guides.
You
If you don't have
can.
special pin, you can also use rolling guides.
Here.
But there are different rolling pins.
I think I showed this the other day when we were looking at after Christmas, the first live before the. So there's the rolling pin. You see it has the built-in guide in it. And so when you're rolling, the dough stays 1/4 of an inch up in the air. Matches my cutting board. I'm so coordinated.
Yes,
Anyway, I got this off of Etsy. I really like it. Okay, so once you've got your little dot border, you want to just let it crust. And as if you're doing more than one cookie, so by the time you get done your cookies, well, it's crusted enough that you can come back in and do the next color. So is there any alien bunny? Yes. Thanks, Fabiola. Yes, the transfers would be a great idea. Also, maybe they sell like little gummy bunny heads or little candies that you could find that would be cute.
I just bought gummy. It reminded me gummy heads, bunnies that I found. They would probably fit in this. But I'm thinking also you could partially airbrush the back, like have a different background. Could do so many things.
I don't know what you mean here, Maggie. I kind of gave the explanation in the live on Tuesday. If you want to watch the replay, we did it on Tuesday. I can't get it here. Doesn't ship to Canada. Well, you know, you can do it the other way, but I find that if it's at the same level, it's just less likely to break and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hello, Sylvia.
Yeah, if it's hanging off the cookie, then it's a little dot. Usually, sometimes they literally like pop off.
Yes, exactly. So now I'm using yellow. I thought it was like the good contrast with the blue and the purple.
Yeah, I love yellow and
purple.
Great.
And I'm just adding my little dots. So for the eyes on the bunny, I used pearls, black pearls. You could certainly just use a marker. The pearls that I use are actually Sweet Sugar Bells, and I do have the product in my supply list. She's got a little set of candy eyes that are like, those white eyes with the black pupil dot, and then she has a little bottle of black pearls. Mm-hmm. Her pearls are smaller than 4 millimeter. Doesn't have a measurement on the package, but they're just that little bit smaller, and on occasion they're what I need because sometimes 4 millimeters is a bit big. But you could certainly draw them on, or you could pipe them on. Just do a small black dot.
Hola, Sylvia. Barbara is asking, she's having a hard time finding your pizza boxes. So do you have them listed in
I found these here. Where's the picture? I found these when I was doing my Googling. And that's the website there. You see it, webstaurantstore.com. You can maybe check that out. If you type in Google, let's say 7-inch pizza boxes, corrugated cardboard pizza boxes, chances are Google will feed you something. The thing is depending on where you are in the world, there's different suppliers. Yes. I have to say the smaller sizes are tougher to find, but when it comes to pricing, pizza boxes are hard to beat with regards to, packaging. Packaging is surprisingly expensive. I looked on AliExpress, and the thing is, AliExpress has great prices, but their shipping is crazy for the pizza boxes.
Angie orders her pizza boxes at uline.com, and also
I looked on Uline. And the smallest size was 10 or 12 inches, so that's why I didn't list it. But
also we have, I'm gonna stop you, or you can continue, I suppose. So, hello, Katie. Lynette is asking, maybe after when you're done, she would like to see the rolling pin if you have it. On the side somewhere.
So for the bunnies,
has a question: do you find that silicone baking mats are better? Yet mesh non-stick baking mats help prevent cookie spread during baking.
Well, the best I find is the perforated ones, the ones with those little holes. Those are my preferred ones. So you see, I hid the yellow line, the yellow guideline completely with my white icing for the bunny. And now I'm just adding the little ears. And you can decide if you want them chubby or narrow. You can do all your bunnies the same, or you can have them each have their own personality. You could do a little chit in the window. You could do a little, what do you call it? A lamb. Yeah, so the perforated mats, I mean, Han, you've got them too.
Yes, I have. Now I have, for the cutout cookies, I would say the top is to use the perforated mat, then parchment, and then silicone. I've never had success with silicone. With cutout cookies that needs to retain their shape. For some reason, silicone didn't work for me. So parchment would because if you are a bakery style, like if you have a business, it's really difficult. I feel like having 100 perforated mats, it's not, unless you know, like it can get a little expensive. So parchment would be my way, my to go.
But if you want, if you want to stock up on the perforated mats, if you want to get like, let's say 6 or something at AliExpress, they're very affordable.
Yeah, so they are really nice. They do, cookies really maintain their shape, and they bake really nicely. They bake evenly. We do have Maggie. I don't know what you mean. If you can help me, how can we help you with the Instagram? I don't understand. We both have, if you can find us on Instagram, we both have accounts on Instagram. Marlene is, her handle is Montreal Confections. My handle is Haniela's.
Okay. So here's the rolling pin again. So there it is. So if you look, I did have I think I made a supply list when we were on like the first live in January, because I did show this that day, and it's from Etsy.
So they didn't do a coffee shop? Okay, let me bring up.
I think so. But anyway, so it's just a, you'll see it's like a cherry rolling pin. And I didn't put it in this week's supply list because I didn't think I'd be talking about my rolling pin, but this is it. And then the rolling guides, but I have to say,
guys, if you're getting something like this, also get some mineral oil. It's good it maintains the wood.
Yes.
It dries out, and if you're washing it and all that, so it helps to protect the wood.
We answered Kathy here. Thank you. Yes, I'm feeling fine. Now it's Han that's a bit under the weather today.
So Terry, how do you get the little black eyes not to bleed into the white bunny face?
So that's the brand. They're not all created equal. Callie's pearls are quite, like, I've not had issues.
Sweet,
And then
sweet
you
sugar bell, sweet
Sweet
sugar
Sugar
bell.
Bells, or you'll look for PME. That's a brand that make cake stuff. They're the ones that make those fancy piping tips, and they make a pearl that
So
I've
are
never.
they black pearl? So I'm putting in the comments, black pearl.
Yes, I wouldn't pipe eyelashes. This is very small, but a fine tip marker would do the job.
By you recommend PME, right?
Yes.
Or sweet sugar bell.
Well, the PME is 4 millimeter, and Sweet Sugar Bells are a little bit smaller. Angie's ordered them. You see, they're good, Angie, I guess. You're posting it there. Yes, you want to look for a corrugated cardboard. The other cardboard is just so flimsy. You want to get corrugated. Yes, there's 2 types of pizza box. So we elaborate on your question.
What is the size of the cutter you used? The square cutter.
So the cutter you want to use is dependent on the box you're putting them in. So this particular cutter is so my box is this is probably 3 inches because my box is 7 inches, you see. So you want to do a cutter that's a quarter the size of your box if you're doing a 4 set. So this is a nesting cutter set, which means that when you buy them, they come like one fitting in the other in different sizes. And this particular set, you see it has scallop on one side and straight on the other. This is in the supply list. I did add this cutter set there. This is actually available here at the Dollarama for like $3 or something. So you want to get this type of a cutter because then you have all the sizes for a variety of projects. Like this is the same set that I use to do my tic-tac-toes. I use the small square to do the little tic-tac-toe.
And it has a fluted edge, which is really nice.
Yes, yes.
And also it's double-sided, so it's very nice to have that option too if you wanted to use that.
Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
They're not glued together. It's just so that they're easier to eat. If they're glued together, then it becomes like a really thick, big thing, you know? So about 3 inches for this particular, like because of my box, but you can make them a little bit smaller if you want. Yeah, I used parchment paper for years and years and years and loved it, but now I tasted the perforated mats and, you know, it's quite good. So, all right, so now let's go on to the next. So you want to contrast. You see here this is electric purple and this is pink, and there's barely any contrast. But if I take the green one,
that's purple underneath.
It is. It's hard to tell, but it is the purple, electric purple. And so here is the green, and you can see it just looks a little bit more, you know, just a little bit brighter.
Yes, it's very nice.
So right here on the edge, I'm adding his little hands or his little paws that are kind of just resting on the edge, you see? And it's to give the look like he's peeking through the window. And again, you want to look for the colors that kind of contrast with the base. So I'm just doing like a zigzag line all the way around. And it's probably one of the easiest borders to do since you don't have to, like, it's just a consistent pressure.
I love this that you added this around the edge. I like that 8 detail.
It's just an easy one. And I thought it looked like,
you know, it's like a frame.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like, you know, the decorations we do see on Easter egg cookies, like it's more like those wiggly lines, and then they'll do
now if you are a beginner and you're struggling with this and you don't think it looks good enough, you could also use sanding sugar and just dip it or dust it with sanding sugar, and that will hide any kind of imperfection if you think that it's not, you know, up to the standard you're looking for.
And I did like, here, let me put it again. I like the corner decoration on these because it's a square. And so I'm just doing a petal. Am I going the wrong way? Oh, I was going the wrong way. Where's my boo-boo stick? So this is the middle of the flower. I'm just taking that off.
When you are packaging, do you put both the cookies into one package?
I probably would depend on the bags, because if you put them individually in the bag, I think they'll stack better, and you'll get less when you put it in a cello bag, it's got corners and stuff, and it might not be able to tuck tightly together. If you stack them in the bag, you're going to have to do some experimenting to see how it all fits. So I'm starting here a petal, squeezing, and I release the pressure to taper, and I'm creating 3 petals right here. And I don't want them to connect so that I get the definition. You see here, I'm creating like a little side flower.
Hey, Kim, good luck. Thinking of you.
Again here. So see 3 petals. And again, you want to let these crust so that when we add the little middle to the flower, it doesn't just melt into those petals. I'm rotating. I really like the little filling in of that corner of the square, you know? There.
Yes, yes. Right. The little paws is such a cute little detail, isn't it?
It is, Gail.
Cool. And also, okay, Denise, so perforated mat is not the same as silicone mat. I guess the perforated mats are made out of silicone. I guess they are made out of silicone.
I'm not sure what material it is, but it's a completely different feel.
It's a different feel. It's a bit sturdier. It's not as soft as silicone. And it actually looks like, you know, the cross stitch. I don't know if you've done any cross stitch.
Yes, that's what it looks like. Yes.
Cross stitch. The thread that goes perpendicular. You know, you have 2 threads, right? One goes down vertical and one goes horizontal, and then you have little squares. You can see through them. So the perforated mat looks kind of like that. It has little holes in it, and those holes allow for even baking. And as opposed to silicone is solid. Silicone baking mats, they are solid. There is no opening in the mat, no holes.
So yes, the supply list is in the coffee shop. If you're also a Patreon member, I did add it there to just make your life easier. So in the supply list, I have the cutters. I do have some perforated mats, the eyes, the fine tip marker that I used. And so here it is. You can see now, I'm going to put it on top of this one, but I'm going to be careful because these aren't dry yet, but you can see how it kind of comes to life, you see?
It's adorable. You know what I'm thinking now? I'm thinking Halloween. You know, like how you like Halloween, a skeleton and a head poking.
Absolutely. You could put, I was thinking also you could do like little nests and put little eggs in the holes. If you wanted to do like, you know, like you just do like a royal icing swirl around it, and then you could put little Cadbury eggs in it. So here, I'll do another version of this one here. Well,
yes, we're all thinking of you.
Who are we? Is it
yeah, it's a triple negative.
So I'm adding my little wiggly border, and this border, seriously, really, never mind if you're experienced or whatever, it's just fast. You know, sometimes you need something, because the borders with the beads and the dots are very pretty, but if you're cranking out a lot of cookies, you know, they're not really time efficient.
It took you what, 10 seconds?
Yeah, so that's the thing you want to think about if you're sometimes, you know, like you have to edit your design
But
for
I mean,
the
like,
amount
if you
of time.
want to do that, you could also use nonpareils for that. Like, you could use icing,
Absolutely. That would be very pretty.
add some nonpareils, and it would be really fast.
I stuck my finger there.
We have some spring nonpareils now. I'm sure they're available everywhere in different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is loving it.
I'm going to do the flowers in white because it's just.
Oh, there's something going on. Movie recording has stopped, darling. I guess you have your
Oh,
capacity of your.
hold on. We'll give it a second, and I'll see if I can restart it. I think it's like it thinks I'm, you know, I forgot about it.
Oh yeah, Kim, that's a great idea. You could also do cracked background. I mean, the possibilities with this are endless. You could even do, remember when we met in Tennessee? I mean, there was a lot. Remember those boards sometimes with like there's like it's almost like a painting, and there are holes in there, and you put your face in it.
Yes, yes, yes.
You could create a little scene. I can see this for Christmas, like a family maybe, like have a scene with like maybe a tree and so on, and then.
Well, if you have a food printer, that you know, you could do photos of the family in the holes.
Yes, or yeah, possibilities are absolutely endless. So Dina is asking, would you sell these like one cookie or set of two? And what might you charge?
Yeah, this would be. What the heck happened here? Hold on.
We're having a little bit of technical difficulty.
Testing.
Stay with us.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2 years since we started doing live. It seems
Hello?
like every once in a while there's something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you correctly. Yes.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. No idea what happened. All right, so there. That's just.
I really like. I have to say, I like this border over the. I mean, I love the. You know how much I love beaded borders and everything with dots and all. But I just like this. It's just very, fairy-like. I don't know. Yeah, I love it.
I do not own a printer, Cynthia. I don't, Han either. Recently-ish, if you look at Amber's content, she got a contraption that prints on the icing. So you ice, white icing, it dries, and then the machine prints on that. And that's something to look at.
Maybe you can mention that the cost is like.
Yes, but if it is a very expensive machine. I think like $3,000. But if you're working corporate and you're doing a lot of orders, it's
amazing.
I mean, it's you'll, I think, get into your money.
Who else recently bought it?
It's Plenty of Cookies got it, I think.
Yes, I've seen him using it. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, so that's it, guys. This is my project. I'm done now. You can kind of like see there's my pink version, but it doesn't look as nice as the green version on my.
Sorry, it's called Eddie, the printer.
Yes, that's right. That's it.
I was a little annoyed that why did they name the printer Eddie when mostly it is women who decorate. No, I don't want to be like.
Well, maybe the name is Edna.
Ah. Okay. Look at these. I love these.
So there we go. That's the little gift set. And here again, you see the pizza box is just a nice way.
You know what? Do they sell pre-made? I don't know if it would size.
Pre-made what?
Pre-made transfers. You know, pre-made decorations.
Well, they do, but they're so expensive.
They are expensive. Yes. I mean, in a pinch, I guess.
Yeah. So if I'm just to show you guys what I was talking about, let me grab a bag here. So I have a bag that they would fit.
Sorry, I take that bag. So Eddie is for edible. I'm slow, you know.
Oh. So yeah, so this particular bag is what my cookie, like my more common bag. And if I look, it would be tough. What you could do actually is you could do two, but this way, like this one, instead of like the thickness, you know what I mean? So these two would be in it, and then these two would be in a bag. So you could do it that way.
Oh, Kim, we don't know. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Like you could, yes.
So then this way, if they're packaged, then you can close this and you can still, you see the plastic is so clear and nice, you can see right through.
Yes.
And then you could add as much crinkle paper and everything as you want. And you'd need 4 bags.
And the parchment paper you got where off Amazon?
I did find some on Amazon, and that's what's in the supply list, but I bought it on AliExpress. It literally comes in so many different colors and different designs. Like this one I got, it's like more neutral. It's newspaper. I have a brown kind of one, and this is the white one. But they have like so many different kinds of this parchment paper, which does come in handy, especially if you're using the pizza boxes. They tend to get butter stains, which isn't nice.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can line it, make it more polished.
Yeah, this just makes it look a little bit tidier, you know.
Now, Kim, I really don't know when you're watching on phone that it's being interrupted by ads. We have no control over that, unfortunately. It's
we're
not getting anything. It's unfortunately Facebook is doing things that we can't control.
Thanks, Sally. Oh yes, well that you can find for sure places that print for you. You can get, if you're just doing a few sheets, absolutely.
Do you prefer poly bag or Stella bag?
That's a funny. Absolutely, that's a great. Oh no, here this one here. Heather wrote.
Oh yes. Yes.
I don't know.
You know, it's going to end up that they're going to have 2 cookies with the holes.
Yes.
So
the cello, I think, is my preferred, just for the transparency.
Yeah, the clearness is nice.
Yeah, that's the why. And I think they're a little bit more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But they
both. I mean, I do like both. It doesn't. Yeah, but the cello bag, it's more like crisp.
Yeah, that's it. That's
mm-hmm.
it. So that's today's project. Yes, you can, Gail. I mean, it's not a complicated. And the thing about this project is you can switch it up based on your skills. Like Han said, you can add sanding sugar or nopare borders. You can purchase things for the face. You can use a candy head. You can do all kinds of things. Just tweak it for your skill level. And like I think just a swirl of like to make the nest, and you add some Cadbury eggs. You can make that would be really easy. Thank you, Tanya. I'm sorry I can't read that. Yes, exactly. They have them for Christmas. They have them. Perfect. That would be exactly, yes. Printed wax paper sheets. That makes it like a little bit decorative.
How much would you charge
for this?
Mm-hmm.
I get asked this question. See, I don't sell my cookies, so it's a tough question. So you're probably charging for the packaging, just for the box and the hassle and all that, $5. Just you think about that. Like you say, I'm going to put parchment paper in, I'm going to get the cello bags and then the pizza box. Because you have to think about just like stores factor in their cost, the cost to put stuff on their shelf, like the real estate it's taking in the warehouse. So you've got it in your house. You need to hold this product like that, all that. We don't think about these costs as cookiers, and we're often you're trying to give them the bargain basement, but this is a kind of like a designer gift, I mean, so you want to go more on the higher end side. So I would say I know, like I'm thinking in my head, do you have a thought? I'm thinking $6 per thing. So that's $25. The box
I'm thinking like 30, 35.
Yeah, $35.
I mean, that's like, I mean, you have to really. I have no idea how much cookie dough costs these days. Like, I don't know, like how much does it cost to produce the cookie dough?
Well, that's it. And
But
that's
it's
the other
also
thing.
really the packaging, but the packaging, it's going to sell. Because if
Yes.
somebody's buying it as a gift, it's the packaging that's going to. I mean, not that the cookies don't have to be beautiful, but it's all the time. It's like, oh, this looks really nice. This will look great. So the packaging will sell your cookies. So you have to calculate that in, and at least
Yeah,
that.
that's a good point, Heather. I'm not sure, Olga, my phone stand. Are you talking about that one that I got that was white there?
Yes, you were showing that. I think that's the one.
I love it. Excellent purchase. Seriously, I was using it just before to take my photos. It is better than the Archon mount by a mile. I especially like it's got a button to take the photos, like a remote. That is so handy. And the other thing that I love is that I don't need to break my arm to get it out of the clamps. The Archon mount is the grips of death that hold the phone. And then if you want to get it out, it's like
grips of death. That's grips of death. Okay.
So June, you're saying $7 for just one set, though, not $7 that whole box. For one, yes. Yes. $50, Olga. Well, there. Yes, there's 8 cookies. That's right.
So definitely don't sell yourself cheap.
Karen, you bought the phone stand.
Great. Well, maybe Sally, we I don't know when you talked about it. Do you have it in your coffee shop? Do you have it in a supply?
Well, it was in that day that I talked about the rolling pin.
So that's in the beginning of the month. The first we did, I think it's January 7th. January 7th, we were live together and we did a little unboxing of the things that we got for Christmas. And you were showing that stand that you purchased or you got for Christmas.
So that's right, Nana. That is an exact fact. That's, your costing.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
The stars are sent via, if you look at the top of the comments area, there's a thing there, send stars. If you look on Facebook only, though. The phone stand. Maybe I'll talk about the phone. You know what I was thinking about doing a live is just filming. I mean, I did that when I spoke at CookieCon, and people were very interested. I don't know how interested you guys would be about filming yourself to do the videos, but I mean, there's so much stuff we could talk about. I could go about it all day long. Yeah, so that's it, guys. So we're on schedule. This was a longer. I have to say I milked it. I went a bit. I dragged it a little bit. I had to compensate, fill in the gap. I hope you enjoyed it.
For the bunnies. Now, if you didn't watch the beginning, in the beginning, I'm showing you how to make this cute bunny.
Some little decorative napkins to put alongside your cookies.
Alongside of your cookie, table setting and all that. Okay.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for joining us. Again, if the supplies interest you, they're in the coffee shop. Coffee shop is a place where we list some of our templates, and you can, send us a donation if you like what we do, just to help us pay for our supplies and stuff like that. So thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll be back on Tuesday. Hannah, are you doing Easter on Tuesday?
I think so. I baked a bunch of Easter stuff, so.
I think I'm going to Easter is a fun cookie holiday, so I think I'm also going to stick with Easter.
Yes.
For a little while longer. So
I think I'm doing buttercream Easter.
You're doing a buttercream Easter? I think that's
the plan, to do some buttercream, something.
See you Tuesday. All right.
Guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.